the girls are doing this. Even the men refer to us, well, the girls are coming along. We never get to be woman. The women aren't coming along because that would not be much fun. But right from childhood.
Well, you're fun. You're fun, Sandra.
But right from childhood, little boys only get to be little boys until, okay, you're a little man now. You're 13, you're the man. And I think there's a strange thing that happens to our genders, and it's all taught from society and culture. And it's just a delight to be here, hearing you guys chuckling and laughing and joking the way I would expect my son when he would be around his buddies, having that same fun. So this is beautiful. I'm really happy to be here. I'm not sure that I'll be a funnel flower because I've got other things going, and I do well to turn on my computer. But you know, Steve, that's not quite right. But just when I think I know something, there's so much more I don't know.
You know,
like I don't even know how to get my
same boat there.
Profile changed around. I'm really bad.
Awesome. Well, Caleb makes things really, really easy for all of us. So I think that will be part of your experience. You could expect that.
Alrighty, thanks.
Yeah, welcome.
Guys.
Welcome, pink-haired Steve. We love to have you here. And that's really my whole thesis with marketing. Marketing should be a couple things. It should be simple, it should be fun, and it should be profitable. So marketing should never be like a line item budget. It should actually be something that you create a system where you can put as much money into it as possible because you're actually generating revenue from your marketing. It should be simple. It should be easy to understand, and it should be fun. And it should be a method to express your creativity. And I've always been a creative person, and that's why and an entrepreneur. And that's why I've really found my niche in marketing, is because hey, I can be creative. I can be silly. I can be kind of offbeat. And I can, I lost my train of thought. All right. I can do all those things.
And you can lose your train of thought.
I can lose my train of thought, and it's okay. Yeah. So, anyway, so Steve, thank you, pink hair Steve. I forgot your first name again.
I changed my name. I'm Coach Sandra.
Okay, Coach Sandra.
She's not Steve anymore.
Great. All right. Yeah. I can barely remember my middle name. So everyone needs a proper label. Anyway, so Steve, happy birthday. And actually, this is perfect timing. I hadn't even thought of it, but really what we're talking about today is in quarter two, we're talking about presentation. So quarter one is all about lead generation. You capture the lead, right? You can do that through a number of different methods, right? After you capture the lead, now you want to make to them a presentation, or you want to make to them, you want to address their concerns. You want to present your offer. You want to tell your story, right? This can be done in a variety of different ways, anything from a sales letter to a video sales letter to a short video, using a number of different scripts we've been talking about. But today, what I want to talk about is something it's a very, very simple concept. It's just adding more love to your offers, adding more passion, adding more excitement to whatever it is you're selling, to your message, right? If you scroll through your Instagram or Facebook feed and it looks anything like mine, you have a bunch of guys doing ads. They're like this: hey, I found the way to make 7 figures selling, flipping toenail clippers on Amazon, and click the button down below, and I'm going to show you how you can too. All right. And you're like, oh my gosh.
You so need to make that video.
Yeah, dude.
That's
have
your
somebody
reel.
else film you on the phone while you're doing that.
Yeah.
And then just go like this, forget that, Joker. Come over here, guys. We have fun. Literally, we have fun making funnels. We put the fun in funnels.
Oh, boom.
Are you ready?
And do it in front of your Camry as you're getting out of your Camry and saying, I know I've got this hot car.
See those wheels? They're hubcaps. I know
You can have this too.
Yeah.
See that?
So,
see that trim? It's actually a zip tie. It's keeping the hubcaps on. So if you're ready,
you can do it, Caleb. Yeah.
So are these freebie funnels or pay Facebook for funnels?
Yes.
I'm not sure. What's the question?
Yeah.
Caleb will not be pigeonholed into either or.
Yeah. So it's
they're free if you
that's a bigger
join the
discussion. I
free
mean,
when you have the subscription.
yeah, that's a bigger discussion. But regardless if we're paying for ads or if we have organic traffic or whatever, I want us to move away from just kind of a clinical presentation of the features and benefits. Here's my offer. It's going to make you a lot of money. Your is going to double in size. Like, who cares about just the logical explanation?
That's right.
It's you have to touch the heart first. It's because we get so close to our offers. Like we're so in the weeds. We're so up close to it. We're so like, I have to sell this. Like this has to happen, right? Dr. Jason, what do you sell?
Healthcare, chiropractic.
Okay. Now, what do you sell? Sell to my heart.
He sells freedom. He sells movement.
That's right. I sell freedom from pain. I sell
the ability to play with your kids in the backyard.
Yeah, your ability to work pain-free, to live your life the way you on your terms, without having to modify everything because you're constantly hurting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which brings you joy, happiness, fulfillment in your life, happy wife.
Right. So
run marathons.
If we add a little passion behind what we do, the whole thing with Steve, I didn't time it like this, but this is my expression of doing this. I am selling marketing services, right? I'm selling a mastermind group experience. I'm selling coaching, right? Like, it's so overdone online, and everyone has like, they're coming at it from the logical aspect. You're going to make more money. You're going to get 7 figures. You're going to win this award. That's great, right? I can't compete with the Grant Cardones. I can't compete with Russell Brunson's 2CCX, but I can compete on the personal love, right? So what I'm building into my business is that personal touch, that personal love, and saying, hey, Steve, you're part of this group. I appreciate you. I recognize you. And then the enclosure, right? This is the Dan Kennedy principle. You add an enclosure, which is a call to action. And I'm tapping into reciprocity. I'm saying, hey, if you want someone else to experience this sense of connection, purpose, excitement that you're feeling, and you want to get a little bit of money too. So that's reciprocity. And if you watch a movie and you recommend it to someone else and they love it, they're now appreciative to you. Okay. So actually it's like a triple benefit. So if you experience something that's great and then you recommend it to someone else and they have a great experience, right? That is winfinity, as Steve would say it, because everybody's benefiting, right? The service provider's benefiting because they're getting a new client, right? And they're getting rewarded for operating with excellence and operating worth a referral. The referee is getting that sense of Scott, I need help with some Tony Robbins words here, right? They're getting that connection. They're getting reciprocity, significance. Thank you. They're the one with the inside knowledge, right? And then the person being referred, it's like, hey, this is an actual solution to a problem I was having in my life. Thank you, everybody. All right. And so that little box, which I sent, it's not just a birthday card. It's trying to tap into all those different things. And so, I can't compete with the big dogs of online coaching, but I can send a personalized love note to people in my sphere, let them know they're appreciated, and ask for a referral. All right. Transparently, I spent about $20 on that package. You can blow $20 in 5 minutes on Facebook ads, right? So would you rather give $20 to the mega tech companies, for their questionable agendas, or would you rather give $20 to some, making someone feel special like Steve, who's totally worthy of it. And even if I had nothing else to offer, I would want to send that because I love sending birthday cards, right? It's fun. Or would you rather spend $20, like help me, investing in someone else, and knowing that the laws of the universe, the laws of God, that if you sow, you will also reap. So really what we're talking about today, and I think we've kind of teed it up, and I'll actually show you the worksheet we're working on today, is adding more love, adding more passion to your offers. Don't sell healthcare. Dr. Jason, love you. Sell the transformation, sell the freedom, sell the significance, sell the emotion behind what you do, right? Sell the ability to quit your day job, right? And the freedom to stay at home with your kids, right? Brendan, what do you sell?
Well, so I was going to say challenges, but I don't sell challenges.
Yeah, actually, that sounds difficult. I don't want to buy a challenge. I have enough challenges in my life.
I don't need another challenge.
So I sell a system that allows you to provide massive value to the marketplace so you can change more lives and have more impact, influence, and income as a coach, speaker, or trainer.
You're close. You're not quite there yet.
Okay.
Close, but no candy bar.
I love it. No candy bar.
Ooh. All right. Let's
Okay,
hear it, Caleb.
so I was reading the Ultimate Sales Letter by Dan Kennedy yesterday. And transparently, I worked a 12-hour shift yesterday. So I was like feeling a little pressed for time on what to talk about today. And he was talking about this idea of selling emotionally, right? And, lead with the heart and then you talk to the head. And he's saying, he gives this example in seminars, in sales letter writing seminars, he would say, okay, now pretend you are writing a sales letter or a love letter to your mistress or Mr., right? Coach Sandra, whatever, you're writing a love letter to your forbidden love and you are trying to convince them to take a week off from work, lie to their family, and disappear for a week so they can go to with you on a clandestine love excursion to the Bahamas for a week. All right. Now, there's desire there, but there's a lot of barriers from your mistress from actually coming on that trip with you. So you need to talk about the drinks you're going to have. You're going to talk about how hot the sand is, what it's going to be like to watch the sunset in your arms, right? You get the idea here? So write that sales message, right? You have to talk to the heart, right? Because the logic is overwhelming, right? Man, I mean, what if my spouse finds out? I can't take a week off work. What am I going to say? Right? Oh, all these things, right? So you have to address all these things in this love letter, essentially, right? So you have to speak to the heart. Now, he gives the example. Also, someone came up from the audience and said, well, I've been married 38 years. So this doesn't apply to me. I've been married 38 years. I've never thought of having an affair. And my business is very boring. We sell electronic components to electronics manufacturers. And it's a very boring business and blah, blah, blah. And Dan said that this guy was so uptight that he's like, I got to get this guy loosened up. So he takes him out to a bar, he gets a few drinks in him, and he finds out that he is part of a very boring, small, tight-knit industry that they all sell the same thing, right? There's a few competitors going out through a few companies, and it's just all boring, boring, boring. And the only thing the companies actually care about are like inventory, on-time delivery, and reasonable price. All right. And so what he challenged him to do is basically write a sales letter with some love and see what happens. So what this guy did was he in a pink envelope with pink stickers and if you want the whole story, read the Ultimate Sales Letter. It's somewhere towards the end. Kind of this, basically what I sent Steve, he sent to these electronics manufacturers. And the letter went something like this, hey, we're such and such company. And let me tell you about our giant inventory, how the fact that we have, agents standing on call 24/7 to take your order, guaranteed delivery, blah, blah, blah. So the first paragraph was like everything that they're interested in. And then it was like 3 or 4 pages of all the benefits and all the exciting things that you as a manager will be able to do, because you don't have to worry about supply chain issues. You don't have to worry about, an unreliable vendor working with your business, right? So it was about a couple sentences of logic and then a couple pages of emotion of what you're going to experience by actually working with us, right? The freedom, the joy, the no hassle, right? Who's ever worked with a company that they're kind of locked in and it kind of sucks, right? And they have to deal with it, right? Imagine it's like the cable company, right? Like every time there's a problem, that you're going to have to like call them and be on customer support. That sucks, right? And so communicating to them that like, hey, actually working with us is a joy. So the next time Dan Kennedy saw him, it was a couple months later, and he comes to him and he's like, hey, I sent this letter out to 20 people. I got 13 calls, 20, the numbers are off a little bit, but generally speaking, it was like he sent it to 20 companies. He got about 12 callbacks, and most of the callbacks, people were like amused. They thought it was funny, the letter. And he landed, I think, 5 or 6 new clients, which turned into long-term contracts or more than that. And actually it represented $200,000 in annual revenue. Year one. Wow. Okay. That's
yeah.
Okay. So today's exercise, and I gave you guys this sheet last week, but if you need it again, I will give it to you again, is all about adding more love. Right. So I'm challenging you guys to, let me drop this in the chat here. All right, that's in the chat. If you want your own copy, make a copy. All right. FunnelFlow Mastermind.
Are you gonna put it there? You can put it in the Slack channel also?
Yeah. And this is part of the Curiosity Squeeze Page course. This document, which is in your FunnelFlow Masterminds members area. But yeah, I'll paste it around.
Thank you.
All right. So do we kind of get the idea here? I've talked a lot.
Yeah.
Chuck, how would you add a little bit? Tell me how working with Host Squared Marketing is going to help them avoid effort in growing their business.
So they don't have to worry about any of their marketing, whether it's their Google My Business, making posts or responding to reviews, their website, adding pictures to make sure that they're compressed and the speed time for loading the website is quick and the calls to action are in the right places. So people know to reach out to them for their services.
Okay, that's great. Those are still logical appeals. What am I going to be able to do with all this extra time?
Well, you can either spend it with your family or grow your business and hire more people. You can do with that free time whatever you want. Like, isn't that what people want? Free time? More money?
Yeah. All right. Let's get a little more granular. Do your clients like golf? Do they like watching sports? Do they like binge drinking? Like, what is their favorite activities that they enjoy doing?
Well, a lot of them like binge drinking and then getting in their 4x4 pickups and tearing through the mud.
Woo.
Okay.
I don't think the binge drinking, but it is a lot of them like to do outside activities, whether it's working on vehicles or going out on their boat.
So could you speak to that a little bit? So you're going to take care of all this nasty website stuff that no one likes to deal with, right? Coach Sandra, she's got a 4x4 and she likes to party. Okay. right? I see that purple hair. Okay. So Coach Sandra, she likes to let loose, but man, she's not a techie person. She can barely turn her computer on, but she knows she needs a review site. She knows she needs a good website. She knows she needs all this techie nonsense. And she's up late at night watching YouTube tutorials on how to deal with it. And she's tired and she can't go down with the boys and, crack some natty ices down by the lake and, tear it up in the afternoons, right? Because she's so stressed about making her business work. Can you talk to that, Chuck?
Maybe.
Let me take care of the techie stuff while you go tear it up in the mud.
Yeah, a lot of times it's just confusing to people, right? Like Coach Sandra doesn't know about the techie stuff, so why should she learn about it? I know about how to wire up a light socket or make concrete smooth, but it's not going to come out as good as if I hire a professional. Same thing with your website. Like you could clunk it together, but it won't show the true what you can do for them for their concrete work. And that'll give you free time to go drink your natty ice and go have some Applebee's.
Quit headline, quit saying no to Applebee's night with the bros. Let Host Squared Marketing take care of all that dirty technical stuff that you don't want to deal with. Yeah. Make money, get leads while you sleep and hang out with the bros with this simple trick.
Yeah.
Tying it into that emotional, that fun,
Good.
that dopamine action.
Okay, so let's talk about increased popularity, right? So Coach Sandra wants to she wants to be like, there's a bunch of guys that get together, but like she's kind of the quiet one. She's kind of, the quiet girl in the back, keeps to herself, right? Because her truck's not very big, right? She doesn't have the nicest truck of all the bros. And so, it is what it is, but she really wants like a nicer truck. So they'll come, hang around her truck and talk about her truck parts. I don't
Mud tires.
Yeah, her tires, her big
mud flaps.
Yeah. All right. So how is working with Host Squared Marketing going to increase her popularity? Because, how's that going to work, Chuck?
Well, it's going to give, since she's not working on her website, pardon me, and she's making more money, that'll give her time to go out shopping for mud tires or speakers so she can crank up that whatever music she wants. I mean, Coach Sandra looks like maybe she likes rap music, playing a Lil Wayne. So then she, as we're working on her website, she's collecting more money from getting more jobs, and all the bros are going to be like, hey, like nice tires on there. Are those 40-inch tires? Where'd you come up with those? How'd you, step your game up? And that'll make her the popular one in a good way.
Now we're getting closer.
There we go.
Now we're getting closer. Okay, great. I love it. Love that. See, you getting the idea here, Chuck?
I'm understanding it, and you're making me question all the work I did last week.
Yeah, that's okay. That's good. All
One
right.
of the many benefits of FunnelFlow Mastermind.
Yeah, we're gonna make you just start it over.
Hey, Caleb, could I add a little something I learned about this? A sales guy, a popular sales guy, Oren Clough, he talked about it as the alligator mind, or crocodile mind. So the crocodile, yeah. And he said basically, you want to get them to mate with you. It's basically, do they want to eat you or mate with you? Basically eat you is like get rid of you. You serve a purpose that way. Or do they want to mate with you? So if you start talking logic to the crocodile, they're just going to want to eat you. But if you start off talking, emotion, then they're going to want to mate with you. and then you could talk logic because
Yeah.
then
Okay.
they'll listen.
Brandon, I'm gonna call you out. All right, because
You guys need to bring a whole lot of this to your love life instead.
That's for Mr. Right, Scott Landis.
wow,
Oh, that's right. He's the relationship coach.
Yep.
master of love.
Mhm.
All right, Brandon, I hear you use the word badass all the time. So tell me how working with the Challenge Launchpad is gonna make them feel badass, like earring, like a new earring in the right ear, badass. Like,
Wow.
Boom.
Yeah, that's hardcore.
okay, so Brendan, here's your scenario. Scott is a relationship coach, but a performance and relationship coach, right? And you are pitching him in a sales letter or a VSL of why he needs the Challenge Launchpad, and don't use the logics of it. Tell him, because Scott's pretty badass and he likes badass things, right? Scott dry fryers his 9mm in the office when we're talking on the phone. That's how badass Scott is. So I want you to communicate to him how badass he's going to be by actually taking you up on your Challenge Launchpad offer.
Okay. So Scott, you are a man that changes. Well, how much, just so I'm on the same page, how much do I know about Scott, or is this just totally cold?
Let's pretend it's a one-on-one sales call, right? Maybe that's a little easier. You can ask him some questions, but the focus is on the badass, right? It's not the feature. It's not it's not the dry features and benefits like make more money and whatever. Badass. That's our angle.
Well, simple on the website, he talks about purpose, so you can use that as well.
Got it. All right, so I'm going to assume that Scott and I have been talking for a minute, and I have somewhat of a background knowledge of Scott and how badass he is and how many lives he's changed. So Scott, when we first talked, you initially told me that you were looking to change 2,000 couples' lives by the end of 2022. That's still your goal, right?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. And you also told me that you've been trying to fiddle around with all this back-end tech stuff, and you've been doing organic outreach, and you've been pulling your hair out. So you're basically spending all your time trying to figure out things that you're not an expert in, rather than impacting and changing lives, which you told me was fulfilling to you, correct?
That's right. It's frustrating.
Right. 100% hear you. So the perk of this Challenge Launchpad is not only are we going to take all the tech stuff off, dude, I want you to fully focus on changing lives and do what fills you up, so you can have a greater impact and influence on those with those relationships. And then, over time, be able to increase that income. Because right now you said you had a target of trying to hit 30,000 per month. So that way you can take your wife on that beautiful vacation. You can get those brand new pink neon sneakers for your daughter. And you listed about 3 other things that you said was going to cost you, a good amount of money, correct?
Right.
All right. So imagine if you were able to put in this tool and system, you knew for a fact it was going to make you look like a total rock star. All you had to do, man, was show up to the table and say, hey, I'm here to change your lives. Let's rock and roll. And at the end, man, because we've got a system that's totally got your back, they're going to see you not only as the expert in your field, but they're going to be throwing their credit cards, you saying, take my money, man. I can't wait to work with you. And they're going to be able to work on your schedule. So instead of you trying to pull out your hair and do all the rest of this, dude, let's focus on something that's just going to totally get you out into the market on a repeatable process, and then, dude, just start transforming lives. Because if we don't do that, then what's the other option?
More frustration.
Yeah. And your wife deserves that trip, right?
She does.
Your daughter deserves those pink neon sneakers, right?
She does. She really wants those pink sneakers.
Yeah.
I really
So at
wanna
this
get
point,
those.
it's really just a decision, man. It's either we keep doing all the same things you've been doing, or you allow a system that's going to take you not only to where you want to go, but even way beyond. Because I showed you the results of what we got beforehand. And in about 31 days, dude, you can be literally at the front of your market, have about 15 to 20 couples sitting in front of you saying, Scott, please, share with me your knowledge and wisdom so we can make our lives better. And you deserve to do that, and they deserve to do that.
Would you
Good.
agree?
You got me.
How was that, Caleb?
Well,
Hit me. Come on. I know you got something you're gonna hit me with.
I was just gonna say, Scott, Brendan and I have a joint venture. So if when you buy this offer, come through me. Okay. So I got
go through Caleb.
Yeah, that's
okay. So
don't
that's
just
what
go
I'm
straight.
saying.
Don't just go straight to Brent.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's good. So now that you're warmed up a little bit, take kind of that pitch and make it a one-to-many. Let's pretend that Scott's not there.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Okay.
Well, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this freaking right. Hang on.
Right.
The lighting.
Let's go.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't present sitting down, man.
Give,
That's
give him the recording
No,
after
no,
this,
you can't.
Caleb.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to stop my share here. So we got
All
a nice, yeah, there we go. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Can you highlight him? Like spotlight him?
No.
Yeah, pin him, baby.
I'm gonna mute myself.
Me too.
All right, so I'm going to assume that you guys have been on my challenge for the past couple of days. We've been talking about challenges and doing all the rest of this, and we'll kind of hop into pitch time. All right, so guys, also like I told you at the very beginning, so there was an opportunity for those of you that do want to move forward. You want to see faster growth in your business, and ultimately you're tired of dealing with all the back end tech stuff like we've been talking about for the past few days. So I want to invite this. Now, this is not going to be for everybody, but if you're the kind of person that says, hey, I know investing in myself, that's going to make a massive change, not only in my business, but to the lives of others. If that's the direction you want to go, then I want to invite you to go ahead and join us. So as far as what that looks, so here's my promise to you. I would love for each and every one of you within the next 30 days to know exactly what it is you're going to bring to the table. What is that offer? And after I talk to each one of you, Scott, you crushed it on relationships. Andres, dude, you with the online management portion. Coach Sandra, popping bottles and, driving trucks. It is absolutely incredible what you bring to the table. And look, I get where you're at because I was at that same point. It's like, you have this talent, this skill, this knowledge, this ability, and you want to share it with the world. But the question is, what's the most effective way to do so? And how can I touch and transform more lives? And ultimately, how can you scale your business? Because once you scale, guys, the impact that you're going to have on all these people moving forward, not only for your business and to watch it grow, but think about the lives you're going to change. And then in turn, because you change so many lives, your income is directly proportionate to the amount of people that you can touch and you can help. So in order to be able to do that, what's that effective method? And just like Caleb has done for a couple of his clients already, if you're able to help people through an event, that's where you're going to have the biggest impact. And you guys right here are testimonials to the fact that we are on a live event right now. And I'm able to share this with you. So I want you to imagine for 2 seconds, you were in my seat. Imagine you're standing here with your ideal client, your ideal audience, and you're able to share this in this message just one to many and saying, hey, here's what I can do. Here's what I specialize in. I'd love to go ahead and take that next step with you. So just real quick, by show of hands, who would like to be in my seat doing this with your ideal client? Anybody here? All right, perfect. So you guys are going to have that opportunity to do so. So do me a favor, picture this for 1 second. 30 days from now, right towards the end of May, you have a group of about 15 to 50, maybe even 500 people on a call with you. They know, like, and trust you because they've gotten a chance to build that relationship, build that rapport with you. And at the end, and even all the way up through, they're saying, hey, Scott, hey, Mike, hey, Andres, hey, Steve, hey, Caleb, hey, Sandra, hey, Chuck, hey, Van, hey, Sandra, hey, Natish, how can I work with you? What does that look like? Imagine if you didn't have to go and cold call and cold reach and cold message and spam people in emails or try and, create crazy joint venture partnerships. And then you're having to knock on doors. What if you literally could put a couple posts out there and the right people came to you and the right people were talking to you and the right people were in an audience just like this? How would that transform your life? How would that transform your business? And how much fun would that be? Come on, all right. Do you think that would be fun? Raise your hand. Would that be fun if you literally could hop on a call like this, have a great time coaching, speaking, and training, and then people at the end say, oh my God, here's my credit card, take my money. I can't wait to move forward with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Totally doable.
Preach it.
And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, and Mike says, okay, waiting. Okay, awesome. Cool. Some feedback. So look, you guys have an opportunity. What we can do, and this is what I would love to do with you, because this is what we've done for our past clients who on average, once they invested, generated at minimum 5 figures on their first challenge. So for you guys, let's go ahead. Let's create your challenges, get this up and running. Let's share your message with the world. Let's have more impact so you guys can eventually just grow this business and do what you're meant to do. So we put an application here on the bottom. If you think this is the right fit, or you're just curious, how does this work? let's hop on a quick call and I'll show you exactly how we're going to break this down step by step. If it's the right fit, awesome. And if not, we got plenty of other tools that we can really help and support you with moving forward.
So great pitch. Connect it to what sold me with Scott was the pink sneakers, right? The pink sneakers, the buying the wife the new dress, buying her a new date night dress, and you're taking her out for the weekend. I don't know if you said that, but that's the emotional connection, right? That makes that pitch like transcendent, like, right? Because that is the ultimate goal, right? Going through all, because even though your pitch sounds turnkey and easy, I still know there's journey. I still know there's pain associated. And there's also pain of letting my money go. But I want to be able to buy the sneakers for my daughter. I want to be able to take my wife out. I want to be able to buy that new car. I want to be able to have the time and also the resources to do those things. So speak on that a little bit. And then give me the call to action.
Sure. So guys, look, like I said before, I've been in your sneakers. I remember there was one time very specifically, and I was watching this guy online, and I've been following him for a good amount of time, right? So you just kind of see like he's doing this, and it catches your eye. And the same way you guys are here, you hopped in this challenge because it caught your eye. And he gave me this call to action, and I was staring at it, man. I'm like, okay, did I even have the funds to invest? And I'm going to tell you right now, at the time I didn't. And it was $5K to work with the guy. And I'm sitting there looking at my credit cards and I'm pulling this and I'm like, okay, do I do it? Do I not do it? And then I had to really think for 2 seconds. Well, why would I want to invest something like this? Like, how is that going to radically change my life? What was that going to do for me? And when I really started thinking about it, I knew I wanted a better life for my family. I just became a stepdad. I wanted a better life for these 2 kids. Because obviously there's something, if I'm watching somebody do something right, then it only makes sense to model success. And when I saw that and I really started thinking in my head, like if I invest this, what does that get me on the back end? So what I'd want to know from each one of you, and Mike, let me ask you a question, because I remember, you told me you had like massive goals. If you were able to start generating $45,000 per month, like we discussed earlier, what would that mean to you, man?
Epic life.
All right. So tell me, what's an epic life looks like to you?
Not locking myself down to the point of having to go grind every day. So I'd have 4 days a week that I'm putting in time, and the rest of it is I'm out doing things that I want to do with family.
So you can do it with family, you can chase your passions, your hobbies, your dreams, and really just make that your sole focus.
Right.
Does anybody here have a passion hobby or would like some more time with their family? Yeah. Andres, how about you, man? What does an epic life look like to you?
Epic life is that I'm shooting at all cylinders, spiritual, family, physical, giving back to organizations that I believe in and giving impact, not forgetting about my expertise in helping gym owners free up their time. I'm at the same time as like, what do they want to do? And they're going to be able to be more impactful, change more lives, because then they're able to help their members better. So yeah, the connection with you speaking, like, man, I actually speak to coaches and trainers as well in the heart of hearts. And I think that's what we all want. So yeah, so definitely being able to help transform people's lives.
I love that, dude. Steve, how about you, man? What's epic look like to you?
Epic life. Okay, let's see. Like professionally, my epic life would be helping to guide a force of Winfinity mindset coaches and course creators and marketers to creating programs to help basically like the least developed person to live healthier, happier, wealthier lifestyles, right?
Yeah.
And doing that, ongoing with that, and personally, man, I just want to make music that moves people, music that helps people to be to live, to be the soundtrack of their life. That would be an epic life for me, to be able to do that every single day.
That's
your
powerful,
line,
man.
Steve. By the way, I've heard you before, and there's your line. There's your passion.
Thank
first
you.
time I heard it.
Thank
Write
you.
that one down.
All
I
right.
want to make music.
I do.
I love that. So it sounds, and just hearing from, from Mike, Andres, and Steve, it sounds like the two biggest things that keep us usually from achieving those is time freedom and the capital to go with it. So I want you to picture that you ran your first challenge and you do this every single month. What if I told you that all you had to do was work 1 week out of the month, generate the cash flow you need, and do whatever else you want with the last 3 weeks? What if you could do that right now?
How badass would that be?
How badass would that be?
Man, that's right. Earring
And
badass.
close. Wow.
Caleb, you pulled it out of me, brother.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
All right.
and this is recorded. Boom.
Yeah, I'll
Splice it.
I'll give you the recording link. You can take that transcript. That's your
There we go.
pitch.
Come on.
Boom.
Yeah. Woo, baby.
Woo.
Yeah.
All right. What's your affiliate link, Caleb?
Just
CalebIsBadass.com.
Yeah, CalebIsBadass.com /right earring.
For the
These
record,
are the type
that's
of
my last-
masterminds that really make sense, where we're all participating and we're not just being spoken to.
Yeah, participation.
It's a mastermind, not a one mind, right? And I love it. This is really the key.
It's a
That's how you spell the
mastermind. It's a mastermind, not Mr. Mind.
Not Mr.
Okay.
Mind.
Who wants to go next? Who wants to pitch us from
Next
the
week.
heart? No, right now. We got 7 minutes. That's plenty of time for a pitch.
Mike,
Come on, Mike.
I'm actually taking some mad notes because I have to jump here really shortly. I have a call coming up, so I'm going to prepare for that. But in the midst, I'm still listening. I'm not trying to be rude, but I definitely got to jump like right after this. So can someone else go?
Hey, Scott.
Scott, yeah.
Man,
Doing
I don't
this
want to
right.
follow Brennan. Jeez.
All right.
That
So,
was
I
ridiculous.
want to hire Brendan. I want to be
Right.
Brendan.
Scott, you're all about you're all about love and connection and significance, right?
Mhm.
Speak to me about that. So pitch me your $18,000 executive mastermind.
From a love place.
Yeah, love.
Hmm.
Love.
No. All right. I'm going to need some help.
Feeling the
That's
love
what you're here
already.
for.
I'm feeling the love already, Scott.
So
Come on.
Feel more love.
the reason why somebody comes to this mastermind is they're going to feel more love, right? I need to communicate that. Is that the plan here?
Well, we all have superficial goals to make more money, to have more time. But most purpose-focused entrepreneurs, there's a reason behind that, right? It's
Oh yeah.
that's what we're speaking to. We're speaking to the hidden reasons that people have goals and desires. And if you can tap into those, especially if we're selling intangible things like coaching or consulting or even services, right? A lot of it feels intangible. And so speaking to the hidden benefits of working with you and how they're going to feel more love from their spouse because they're less stressed at work, right? When we're a head case at work, we bring that home, right? Right. So if you're managing an organization and things are like out of alignment, you're personally out of alignment, you have everything's out of whack, you bring that disorder home, right? You're sitting and watching the softball game of your daughter and you're up in your head because you're trying to deconstruct the mess at work, right? That's
All right,
what you're telling.
All right. So you may have attended executive level mastermind before. You may not have. I want to share with you what's different about this one because I've lived in both worlds. I've been a goal-centered, goal-crushing entrepreneur, and I've achieved good heights and then lost it all. And then I spent some time wondering what the heck the difference is. In fact, the last 10 years, I've been obsessed with figuring out what is it. Tony Robbins said something like, success without fulfillment isn't true success, right? So that's what I've been obsessed with over the last 10 years. And one of the things that I've discovered is a major difference when it comes to being a business leader or any kind of leader who's goal-oriented is having that goal be associated with the purpose. And what it comes down to at the end of the day, that purpose is about making an impact on what or who. Yeah. It's about changing lives. So at the end of the day, it's about who do you love? Who do you want to serve? Who do you want to transfer love to? Who do you want to elevate the feeling of love to? And that's what makes this mastermind different, because we're purpose focused and we're relationship focused. And ultimately, at the end of the day, Jesus said it best, love your neighbor as yourself. If we can really figure out how to do that through our work, through our passions, through our businesses, when you want to create fulfillment in your life, it's about connecting to who do you love.
Chuck, give him some feedback there.
I love me.
Me.
I
love me too.
I liked it. I liked that. I liked you had the story in there about yourself. But then somewhere in there, I zoned out. Sorry.
Lead with the headline. You know, the purpose of the headline is to listen to the subheadline. The purpose of the subheadline is to listen to the body. Like, lead with the love, right? Do you want greater connection with your spouse? Do you want a deeper relationship with your kids? Well, if you're a head case at work and you bring all that stress home, you're never going to get that.
Caleb paints a picture when you're at your softball game with your kid and you're not present. And I think that's where you as an individual and a coach really help people get out of that headspace. And that's why, like, that story at the beginning, really, I was like, oh man, this is good. And then I don't know what happened, but yeah, it's storytelling, but it is, everybody gets in their head. Everybody's there. I mean, Andre's been on a call when he's been at a softball game for his kid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And I love, can I share, because in contrast, I'm working with a coach now, and now I'm like, I'm focused and I'm enjoying the baseball game more now, right? So it's a non-negotiable. And the feeling that I have now, it's more fulfillment. I have this feeling of I'm aligning with my greater purpose because I'm shooting at more cylinders. I'm actually hitting the target. I was reading in my journal from before, and I was looking at how before I was just like sometimes just waste time. And then I would worry because I wasted the time. It's like, oh my gosh. And it wasn't in the living in the moment. You know, I read the Serenity Prayer now, and it's just so good. You know, it's like, you know, and so anyways.
And Andres has worked with you, right? Like, Andres, you've been through that purpose call, right?
I have so many coaches, dude. It's ridiculous. Right now, yeah, Scott's one of my coaches. I got another one for nutrition. I got another one for it's just, yeah, for sales. I got another one for
He's a coaching junkie. We're helping him work through it. I'm coaching him through it. Okay. Sarah, what's your takeaway today? If you've been quiet, we want to hear your takeaway, and then we'll let you have the last word.
Thank you, Brent.
Come on, Sarah.
So the takeaway is like the importance in the pitch of getting over the benefits of working with you, and the bit you said about adding in the love or the fun element to it, so it's not dull and boring. So it's got to be said with passion and love, and I think you've got to show that you really care about your people. But the key thing, I think, is getting the benefits across, not just what you do, but how it's going to help them and what it's going to give them that they haven't got right now. So like you were saying about, you know, the pink trainers and the dress and stuff. Yeah, I was just, when you were saying that though, I was just thinking about how you would then make that general to everybody, rather than, obviously that was very specific to a person. So obviously it means coming up with stuff that would resonate with everybody. So that's what I've been left thinking about. How would I come up with something like that, but make it specific but generic enough to everybody? And
well, come to our workshop call in an hour and we'll help you. There's my pitch. All right. Hey, thank you guys. It's been a pleasure. We have our workshop call in an hour. We go 8:30 to 10. If you can jump in for 5 minutes or the whole time, that's great. And we want to help you work through your sales messaging, adding a little bit more love and a little more sex appeal to your offers. So appreciate you guys. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.